wish I knew the road to you. I don't care how far, I won't stop trying. I wanna be right where you are. I wish I knew the road to you. I don't care how long, I won't stop trying. We had the shortest time, you had to go, but I'm just so happy I had you. The morning's near and still I can't tell you how I feel. Just another lonely day to get through. I don't care how far, I won't stop trying. I wanna be right where you are.
It is day one, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, you made it to the grand finale of the 5-day reading challenge. We have seen amazing things, and we are going to launch right into the celebration and the forward momentum. Are you ready? While I get started, please share what your student has been doing. Let's make our comments more noticeable. Sorry about that. Yes, sirree. Grand finale. Woohoo! All right. Everybody excited? What are we going to find today? I have a question for you. If you've been following us, you know we've been watching one kid. He's our star student. And he, before we got started, didn't know how to segment 3-sound words. He did not know but 7-letter sounds. He was identified as struggling. If you hadn't been a part of this event and you had that type of student, what path would he have taken? In a typical program, a kid that can't phonemically segment and hardly knows letter sounds, has a mother with dyslexia, which path do those type of students normally go down? And which path have we seen him go down? It's different, right? It's a very different path that our young guys has gone down this week. And so maybe you're just joining us for the first time. We will catch you up on these very two different paths that the child could have taken. Welcome, I'm Dr. Marnie Ginsberg from Reading Simplified, where we streamline instruction and accelerate reading achievement. Are you guys believing that now after seeing our young student and all, more importantly, having your own successes? I like what Margarita says, ready for the big finish. Woohoo! Yeah, if he had, you know, a lot of kids that get frustrated in kindergarten and first grade, they become high school students who drop out. So true, Margarita. So let's jump into what's going to actually happen today instead of that. We're going to be talking about your successes, no matter where or your, whatever has happened. Keep us informed. We're going to draw the winner. We're going to then finally see our star student. I want to also encourage you to keep the momentum and join the Reading Simplified Academy, and then we'll have a winner from among your comments today. So Marley, I was so excited with her comment. She's going to win again. From my little spinner, she reported on her last day with her first grade student, day 1, he knew 1 vowel sound and about 10 consonant sounds. Not that different from our star student. I mean, a little worse or a little better, right? After 4 days of working together, he now has 3 vowel sounds plus a shaky beginning on a 4th, excellent, and 16 consonant sounds. So he's gained 7 letter sounds and 3. He's got and 2 to almost 3 short vowels in 1 week with just one activity. How often would that happen with a traditional program where everything was isolated and you had to demonstrate a certain level of mastery before you could get something else? Okay, so Marley, let's see what your prize is for your comment in the post. Oh, the complete Switch It word list. Awesome. If you're going to become a member, we'll get you another bonus. If you're not, then that's a great bonus. I'm moving some things around with my cursor. I think I need a bigger screen. Great to be here, Courtney. Thank you. Okay, are you ready for our day 4 winner? This person's going to win 5 Sound Readers crazy long games. We're going to send it in the real mail, snail mail. So let's see who that winner is. Thanks to Greg for doing all the hard work to picking this person. Here we go. Our day 4 winner. Have a little. Way to go, Kathy. We're so glad that you've been doing the homework. And she's going to get the crazy long set. So look for Facebook Messenger so we can get your email, or rather your snail mail. And the next prize that we're going to give for those of you who comment in for day 5 is 8 levels, 8 different PDFs of Steal It. This is a great game that we often give as a bonus. It incorporates phonics and high frequency words with multiple sounds, maybe the O sound, maybe all the short vowels, maybe the sound. So that's going to be the prize for today. And then don't forget, if you do all 5 days homework, and you can catch up now, you got to catch up real soon because Greg's going to start to draw those names. You will be entered into the competition to get the grand prize from Phonic Books, Whole Phonics, Crazy Longs games, and the Literacy Hills very cool ABC kit. So that we will announce on Sunday, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I will announce our grand prize winner and show you more. Actually, I'll give you a tour of the Reading Simplified Academy so you can see the inside and ask me questions about it. Again, we've been watching Switch It, but it's just one component of the full Reading Simplified lesson plan. We're going to kind of dive in just a teensy bit later on to how you can keep the momentum by adding some more components. And of course, the easiest way to do that is by getting the full Reading Simplified system as a part of being a member inside the Reading Simplified Academy. So I've announced that you have access to that on Wednesday, and I just want to give a quick review of that. Now, won't take long, and then we'll dive into seeing our student and our teaching point. But can you just see my cursor going around the screen? It's like it's not having a good day, that cursor. Okay, here we go. But first, a little movie. Would you like to see what a mother and a parent has to say about her experience of doing the full Reading Simplified system? This is a short little snippet from Maggie. Thank you, Maggie, for sharing this with us. Cursor, cursor, you're not treating me nicely. Maggie. Okay, here's Maggie.
I just wanted to let you know something. So my son Oliver is he's autistic and he was nonverbal till about 4.
Wow.
And he's very verbal now. Very. But this summer I did this with him, and I started at Build It and we moved it up to Switch It, and we're doing this, and Oliver is reading at a grade 1 level for 5 now. I just wanted to say thank you for that, because if I didn't know how to do this, I don't know how far behind he would have been. So thank you. He's struggles in other areas, and it's just really nice to know he's not going to struggle in this area.
Yay!
Yeah,
Way to
so
go.
thank you.
Mama Bear found something for her son.
I did. I'm always looking.
It's nice when there's a marriage of your profession with your being able to support your child.
When I think there's also, because of that profession, you have so many more worries. Like I see what happens at school, and that's not going to be the case with this part of school anyway. So
that's huge, because that's the foundation for everything else that they do.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say thank you for that.
I'm glad. I'm so thrilled for you. That's why I do this work. And I know it doesn't have to be as tricky as it seems,
No.
Yeah.
You walk at a teacher's college and you go, I have no idea. Right? I did my master's in it and I still had no idea of what to do. And then I finished this 10-hour course and I know what to do. Yeah. So it's
awesome.
Amazing. I just wanted to let you know something.
So thank you for Lorna and Lori. It's an amazing feeling to have something that you were confused about be resolved, right? And just many of us have dealt with that as teachers. We just weren't really well prepared to teach reading, particularly for those who it doesn't come supernaturally. So that's why we're hosting this event, to get the word out there about Switch It, and that alone is giving you great success. But we also want to give you the opportunity to dive in further and get the full Reading Simplified system. And so we have now a great offer for you for the next few days to join the Reading Simplified Academy. And just briefly, it is a membership where you learn our streamlined system. And as she talked about, it's like a 9 to 10 hour main course. You're going to learn how to do this 3-part lesson plan, how to make diagnostic decisions, how to make it work with a 5-year-old or a 15-year-old. You're also going to get curriculum, differentiated reading materials, K through 5, reading levels, like decodable text, hundreds of pages of decodable text and matching and activity pages that go along with our scope and sequence. You're also going to get help, like the wonderful people that have been here in the community. Our Reading Simplified experts and myself will be there for you, and we call it our Teachers Lounge. We'll be there, and you generally get your questions answered within 24 hours or less. And right now, if you join, you're going to get a huge bundle of bonuses. So it's the 5 crazy longs, 5 crazy shorts, 8 Steal It games, the vocab and vowel packs from Top Notch Teaching, and 1 crazy discard game from the Literacy Hill. You're going to get the downloadable Switch It software. A member would get, and anytime gets the Switch It software online, but this is a downloadable version you can put on each student's device. You'll also get the Roll It Games set. Again, matches our scope and sequence and is fun decoding practice. And if you have kids with challenges with blending, and then mystery word cards will be for you. It's 84 pages. It's really a fun little game that one of our members devised. And then savings for sister products. Great savings from phonic readers, phonic books I should have right there, sound readers, the Literacy Hill, the Word Cracker software, which is so fun for multisyllable instruction, and top-notch teaching. So there's a lot of goodness in addition just to learning how to do the Reading Simplified system. So Greg, if you could pop the link in, you can join at any time. And if you join before the end of the month, you'll get that big bundle of bonuses. It's a little tongue twister there. Let's get into today's teaching tip. Okay, it's Friday. A good teacher should sum up what we've covered this week, right? Do you remember where you were? That's why I wanted you to think about that student at the beginning. Like, where else would he have gone if he hadn't have done something like Switch It? Well, another program would have had him do things in isolation. Every reading sub skill in a box, separate boxes. But here we've discovered that we want to weave the skills together, weave language with the written print system, and that's what's happening with Switch It. We're not just doing one thing, right? We're not just teaching segmentation. We're not just teaching letter sounds. We're doing all of these things. This is classic Reading Simplified, integrating multiple reading subprocesses simultaneously. And the other thing we've discovered is that you do not need to follow a rigid curriculum day by day, blindly opening up the binder and going from one page to the next, but rather now you have a much better way of meeting kids' needs by simply asking 2 diagnostic questions. Can I increase the level of phonemic difficulty that I'm working with this child for Switch It? And of course, we have similar questions for other activities in Reading Simplified. And maybe can I increase or add to their letter sounds? Maybe we did A and I yesterday and they're okay with it, but not perfect. I'm going to throw in short O tomorrow. So this is another way of thinking, all of which is going to help accelerate. We also know that the cues we give, that feedback, is going to move the child up the levels and not keep them stuck. Just because they can't segment a 3-sound word today, like our star student, does not mean that we cannot get him to do it before the end of the day even, let alone the end of the week or the end of the month. Is everybody else having okay, you guys are having no trouble with audio? Thank you, Margarita. Let me know. So we want to keep the momentum, and I'm encouraging you to not stop Switch It, and also look into more of the Reading Simplified activities, because when you get the whole package, then you really get big gains. So you need to understand, like, even though Switch It is super cool, it's not teaching blending. It's not asking a child to put sounds together that he hasn't heard and spoken aloud yet, and then blend them together. How many of you have struggling readers or beginning readers that are not finding blending easy? It's a big problem, but don't worry, we've got an answer for it. We call it Read It, and it pairs perfectly well with Switch It. And notice what goes on with Read It. It's a lot of things simultaneously, just like with Switch It. We're going to focus on phoneme blending and letter sound knowledge and decoding, but some of these other core sub-skills are also being developed, including phoneme segmentation with Read It. I'm not going to show it today. I just want to give you the sense of what would keep the momentum going, like next week, if you were to learn the Reading Simplified system. So there's Read It. It's one of the core handful of activities that we do in word work in our 3-part component lesson or 3-component lesson plan. We don't have to do a lot. The other issue that you may encounter is, what do you do about advanced phonics? Like the sound O, it could be many spellings, O-A, O-W, O silent E, O by itself, O-E, and more. That is hard information. A lot of our programs take forever to release it, and then it doesn't stick for many kids. Well, we have an answer for that. Our answer is sort it. And we teach one sound. Here's the example of O. One sound, multiple spellings, like the O in go, the O in home, the O in show, the O in boat, the O in Joe. And we teach a key sentence with each of our key sounds. Go home to show the boat to Joe for O. That helps us as teachers and students remember that. It's like a mental hook or mnemonic all week as we learn the O spellings. So we're just talking about what's the next thing you would need after Switch It. And notice again how Sort It is going to do a lot of things simultaneously. This is how we save time, and that's how we can do most of the decoding and encoding instruction we need with only a handful of activities. So there you got Sort It. And we would also fold in Write It, which is a dictation activity. And the other problem that many of you may have is that, oh my gosh, there's so much to teach. Dickens, they said, I used to hear this, I'm not sure if it's true. Charles Dickens got paid by the word, so that's why his books were longer. I don't know if that's apocryphal, but publishers of literacy programs definitely think that they get paid by adding more and more to the plate. If you put all this stuff that you get from a Reading Basil on, it would fill up if you get all that stuff, it fills up a whole kitchen table. And so then you, a busy teacher, are supposed to wade through it and make these decisions. And that's why you work all night Sunday, or stay late Friday, or, all that stuff that's not right. So again, we've got an app for that. Our system solves that. We have reduced the path from non-reader to fluent reader into these 12 levels. I'm not going to be able to explain it today, but it's just one path, only one page, and that's in my head when I work with any student, whether they're 50 or 5, if they're not yet fluent. So these are just some of the things that I'm encouraging you to look into to keep the momentum. We have lots of wonderful resources teaching these core activities in our system on our website at readingsimplified.com or our YouTube channel. But of course, you can also jump into the Reading Simplified Academy and get our support to teach you this system. But now let's get to our star student. Are you ready? Who's excited for Day 5? Where is he going to end up? Look at what happened so far. If you haven't been here with us on the weekend, he could not segment a 3-sound word, and he only knew 7 letter sounds, or it looks like 6, and no short vowels. On Monday, I did switch it at the CVC level. It was hard, wasn't it? But I nevertheless threw in A and O. He got pretty good at it. On Tuesday, I also did 3-sound words and 1 more short vowel. Notice how the list of letter sounds keeps getting longer each day. On Wednesday, we jumped to 4-sound words. On Thursday, we jumped to 4-sound words with a consonant cluster at the beginning. We've even included consonant digraphs, CH and CK. And is he frustrated? MJ says she's so excited for him. No, he seems like he's kind of enjoying it, don't you think? So let's see what's going to happen for him in Day 5, okay? I want to see what you notice. This is the guy that was a struggling reader on Monday. What is significant about today's change? So the first word I'd like for you to build is the word got. I got a pencil at the store. Got.
Got.
You're right, there's an ah, but before we get to g, which is g. But in the multiple choice test, he's nailing it. You got it. You totally picked it out. So say g.
G.
G. And it's got. What's next? Let's say it. Yeah. And the last sound? Wow. I think you got it. Let's check it. G. And the word is? Got. Okay. So you got it yesterday, but today I'm going to get it. Can you switch this to get? Well, we need a g for get. We have got. Yeah, we don't need the ah. What sound? You're right, there's a g. But what goes in the middle? That's right. Check the sounds. G. And the word is? Get. Very good. Okay, switch it to pet. Do you have a pet? I don't either. Pet. Oh, that was easy for you. Okay. Pup. What comes after the pup and pet? Pup. And the word is?
Pet.
Nice. Okay, how about pat? I pat you on the head for a job well done. Pat. You're right. Don't we need the F? We don't need the F. That will make it ah. Pot. We need ah. Very good. And the word is?
At.
Except this would be at. This with the p makes it?
Pet.
Cat. Okay, let's switch it to pot. I cooked the spaghetti in the pot. Say the sounds in pot. Sweet. Okay, switch it to pit. Oh no, he fell into a pit. Pit. What sound? Let's figure out the sound first.
Pit.
You've got the I. So let's check the sounds in pit.
It.
And the word is?
Pit.
Yay! So now we're going to go to that 5-letter word. Okay? Just like you wanted. You wanted to use more of the board, okay? So that's what we're going to do. Let's make the word stomp. Like we're going to use these letters. I'm going to stomp my feet. What's the next sound?
Stop.
You're right. That would make, we need the p. But if we left it this way, it would be what do we need to make stop? Stomp. You got it right. You got it right. And then the last couple sounds. Stomp. Wow. Check the sounds. This is because it's the word stomp. Can you switch stomp to, we're going to take one away. This is a little different. Okay? Take one away. We're not going to replace it. To make stop. Like, stop. It's a red light. You have stomp. And we need, oh, that was too easy for him. Stop. You've already got the p. It's actually here. Right here. Just move it over.
Stop.
Stop. Move it over. There you go. Let's check stop.
Stomp.
Now this was stomp, but this is just stop.
Stop.
Stop. And we're going to go back to stomp. Okay? Stomp. Stomp my feet. And now we're going to switch it to stamp. Like I put a stamp on the envelope. We need the p. You have stomp and you need stamp. Wow, that was easy. Let's figure out what sound it is. Well, there's a p. Let's slow down. You've got stamp. Yeah. Okay, you've got stamp. Put the stamp on the envelope. Let's check the sounds. Stamp. Can you hear the sound at the end of stamp? Yeah, stamp. Okay, let's switch this. I'm going to move these around. You don't know which one. We're going to switch it to stump, like there is a tree stump in my backyard. We need a p. Let's figure out where we're going to make the change. You've got and we need stump. Don't need the a. We need an You said it. I heard you say it. Which one is Which is We haven't used it yet.
Oh.
That would make it stop. Stop. No, we haven't used this one yet. Which one have we not used? That's it.
We never used this one?
Not with me. That's Can you say it? Like somebody's hitting you in the gut. Okay, this is the word stump. Do you know what a tree stump is? Okay, let's check the sounds in stump. And the word is?
Stump.
Very nice. Okay, now I'm going to really challenge you. Can you take away two things? Two things we're going to do to change stump to stun. Stun. Oh, that is so good. He got both of them. I didn't know if that was possible. We need to make stun. What's which one is That's o. You nailed it. Okay, I'm stunned that you did it. Stun. Well, if it was, we're not doing stunt yet, but if we were, we would have another sound here. Check the sounds in stun. It's hard thinking about that, isn't it? Stun. And the last sound? Stun. Very nice. Okay. Okay, the last word, and then you are done. Okay, let's switch it to stunt. A stunt is a trick. We're gonna have to add something to make it stun to stunt. Oh my goodness, that was, you need
Two
my
are
help.
the same.
That's right. Okay, you've got the word stunt. You're right, there's an but before we get to that, we've got stunt. And the word is?
Stunt.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely amazing. You've made such amazing progress. That little block was as a reminder of how integrated this activity is in contrast with typical reading programs, especially for beginners. Instead of doing 10 minutes of phonemic awareness orally only, or 10 minutes of letter sound instruction in isolation, 15 minutes of phonics or decoding, and 10 minutes of high frequency sight words, and 15 minutes of handwriting. All of that can be integrated into one or two activities, and we saw almost all of these sub-skills be integrated into one activity. Saves us a ton of time, and that's what this week has been all about. So the first, thank you for your enthusiastic comments. As Sherry says, awesome growth. Isn't it awesome that a young boy who was identified as struggling by his kindergarten teacher, has a dyslexic mom, has all the hallmarks of dyslexia because he's not picking up letter sounds, he's not picking up phonemic awareness. He can completely turn that around. I mean, a kindergartner in November who can manipulate 5 sound words is kind of above grade level. Yeah, it is good to see. This is what's possible when you find an activity that is really high leverage. That's what we have found over and over again with Reading Simplified. So check out his chart. We didn't stay at 3 sounds. We didn't stay at 4 sounds. We went all the way to 5 sounds. And not only did he do 5 sounds, but he did 2 switches. That's really hard. Try that yourself at home. Yeah, seeing is believing, Deb. And look at all those letter sounds. By Friday, I had added all 5 letter sounds. So I think that's why I just forgot. I should have prepped y'all. I started out with 3 sounds because I just wanted to move a lot of short vowels in and out to see how automatic he was. But then I switched the word list and moved over to a 5 sound word. And I was finding that it was not hard enough. And since my mantra is always to challenge him, that's when I decided to do 2 switches. So he's got all short vowels, pretty darn under control. The short U is the weakest, and he's got CK and SH, and look at all those other consonants. That was amazing. And yeah, Karen, we're really developing phonemic awareness. We're really developing letter sound knowledge. All of these sub-skills are not just for this kind of isolated sub-skill thing, though. They're going to directly lead into him being able to read words. Switch It is not a reading activity in the sense that I've said the word aloud. The teacher's saying the word. It's not the same thing as blending, which we're going to teach and read it. But this is where he was, and this is where he would have stayed with mainstream programs. Then in January, I started working with him with his full lesson plan. So the rereading for fluency, we try to master something every day that has been read before. And then we did word work. Obviously, we did Switch It. And we did some of these other things that needed to be taught, like blending. And Sort It helped him learn advanced phonics. Yet again, I'm having cursor problems. So I did not mean to go there. Let me just, I'm sorry, you guys. Woo-wee. My cursor just went all the way back to the beginning. We'll get this thing under control. So this is what I wanted to show you. If you haven't seen this before, I did that full Reading Simplified system with him, and then he was skyrocketing way above grade level. He ended kindergarten when I worked with him twice a month for about 45 minutes a session, and he ended kindergarten with a word attack of 4th grade, 3rd month. His word identification was like a 2nd grader at the beginning of the year, and spelling was like a 2nd grader at the beginning of the year. So he would be reading and rereading passages that we had inside our Reading Simplified Academy. For instance, after he got past the short vowel level, I would have moved him into the O sound. He would have done our sorted activity, which I showed earlier, and he would have read several passages that we provide that teach the O sound, multiple spellings all in one. And then after working hard at it with me, and then me rereading it back to him, and him practicing a couple more times himself, it would have been his reread for the following day. So we're wrapping up soon. I would love for you to consider jumping into the Reading Simplified Academy. And as Jennifer says here, what you get are powerful integrated activities that's like finding the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You're seeing a little bit of that glimmer, I think, with your Switch It results. If you have some Switch It results that we can celebrate, or if you have questions, now's a good time, okay? And Greg, you can start to pick our winner for our comments today. Jocelyn, thank you so much. Listen to her the experience of a principal. As a retired principal, having completed the Reading Simplified training, I say that Reading Simplified would have been purchased. Teacher's best day is when they can see the face of a student who gets it. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, Karen, I only met with him twice a month. Yeah. I mean, he had a lot of reading challenges, but he also had grit. So, but we normally get kids in 12, like as a tutor, it takes me on average, certainly that varies, but on average, I get kids to grade level, even if they're struggling, in 12 hours of instruction. And that kind of parallels our 12 level streamlined pathway. In the classroom, it takes longer because you don't have that intensity of one-on-one instruction. Annie, great to hear. I plan to use this new knowledge to help my struggling readers. It has been eye-opening. Wonderful. That is high praise. That's that makes it worth it. Our team has put in a lot of effort to bring this to you. So I'm glad that it's making a difference. So you're invited to join us. Now's a great time because we've got the biggest bundle of bonuses. And let's just stick around for a few minutes with your questions, your celebrations. Like where did your student end up on day 5? Maybe you didn't have 5 days to do it, but where is he or she today, or your small groups? Lorna, my student is manipulating 4 sound words. We're ready to move to 5 sound words on Monday. Love it. Absolutely, Gayla. A school should purchase this. It's the most economical professional development and a curriculum and coaching all bundled into one. I know, Karen. Yeah, please excuse me if I'm not saying your name right. What do you want? What can you tell us about your own experience for Switch It? And if you're joining the Reading Simplified Academy, or you already have this week, let us know. We will celebrate you. I love this discussion above earlier about productive struggle. I think it's really important, and it's especially an important concept because so many of our reading programs are just keeping the levels so low that the children aren't challenged. And Patricia and Deb says, watching the student to see how much we can challenge them up to the point, before frustration. Lori, I have done a few students like back-to-back. And I know of other programs that are similar to Reading Simplified that have done that. Usually it's because, they're from out of town. Like I had, someone come to visit me from, I think they were from northern Wisconsin, and then they came down to Madison. And so it wasn't like that student truly had dyslexia, and she didn't get to grade level in 12 hours. She made like more than several years growth, but it wasn't quite grade level yet, but she was on her way. Awesome. Yeah, I don't think we get to see teachers enough, do we, Peggy? Like, I think it's really valuable to see how other teachers practice, and you can get a lot of really interesting insights. That's a good point, Beth. The grit only goes as far as what the teacher provides. Like he had before, in fact, he had been in a kindergarten classroom that was doing making words, where he was moving letter sounds around before I started Switch It, but it wasn't clicking because the teacher wasn't saying, well, you have sat, now let's change it to mat. The teacher was probably saying, like traditionally, okay, you have sat, now move out the M or the S and put in the M. Now what do you have? And that's a fine reading activity, but it's not as much challenge for the brain, and it didn't make the clicking with the phonemic awareness and the alphabetic principle. I don't worry about getting the words at the top of the board for switch it in alphabetical order. I tend to put the short vowels or the vowels on one side and the consonants on the other, but do not worry at all about the order and we don't put all the letters out just because then it gets really, it takes more time. It's kind of tedious. Glad you're here, Jennifer. Yes, Diane, if you are going to join the Reading Simplified Academy, what you have been experiencing now is kind of what you're going to get inside the academy. I teach the principle that we need to learn for a given activity, and then I model it with a student. We have a variety of age levels. We're also going to have soon some other teachers to watch their instruction. Nancy, most tutors work in Reading Simplified work 1 hour a week, or 2 hours if the student is dyslexic, or 2 hours if the student doesn't have the ability to do the homework. I often would send home this reading material, maybe some of those sorted sheets, and ask the parents to do maybe as little as 5 to 10 minutes of sorted activities, and definitely reading and rereading every night. So it was to design that way. And if you can't get the parents to do that, then twice a week would be good. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you, Deb, for affirming that. I feel like our whole community is like this. Teachers who are dedicated to always be learning more are an amazing group of people, and so it's my privilege to get to know you guys. Okay, Sherry, I guess your question was answered. Kim couldn't do switch it, and some kids were grumbling because they couldn't play today. Yeah, how many of you found your students thought it was a game? Any other successes or questions that you have? Oh, great, Jennifer. I'd love to hear what you experienced. Jennifer's a kindergarten teacher, 3 of her groups. Actually, you're not a kindergarten. I said that last time. You're now an intervention teacher. I forgot. You've got kids who are really, needing extra help. 3 of my groups moved to 4 sounds today, CVCC, and they did so great. I'm going to do CCVC with them on Monday. Woohoo! I'm confident that it will be at 5 sound words before the end of the next week. Huge. Oh, that's fun, Lorna. Yeah. You got to clean up. So as a finale, you're having them put the letter sounds away, and then they say, excellent. Oh my gosh, Jennifer. Yeah. No more kindergarten for you. 66. That ought to do it. Can anybody beat that right now? Woo. That is big, MJ. Yeah. And there are some states that are requiring a program that takes 200 hours over 2 years. So our program, to get the gist, is 9 hours of video viewing, but we also want you to go through a cycle of not just watching, but actually doing exactly what you've done this week. Watch and then go implement it, and then go share how it went. And that's a cycle of reflection that really enables you to see the nuances that you could miss if you were just watching. Like, what would have happened if you hadn't done Switch It this week? Would you have gotten as much kind of in your bones about how to do the activity? Sweet, Beth. Thank you so much. And yeah, our course is way less time. Thank you. I'm so glad it's beneficial to you. Heidi got her first grader to come play with Switch It yesterday before doing his birdcraft that the rest of the kids were doing. Very brilliant. And Nancy also, her kids are feeling like it's a game. And Greg, thank you for dropping that link. If you have our winner, Greg, you can tell us our winner, and I'll do the spinning. Debbie, yeah, we have a lot of people that are members that come into this live event because it's fun to have, community and the games, and then to kind of just really dig into one student. It seems like it's really helpful reflection. So thank you for being here. Right, Gail, I would not have felt as successful as I do this week without Switch It. Doing it yourself, right? I love it. You know what? Jennifer has a fabulous... Oh, I wonder, would you guys like to see Jennifer doing... I think I have it prepped. She has had to do whole group kindergarten instruction. And so one of her ways of doing it was what she called human switch it, okay? Let's see if I have it. I bet you'd enjoy that if you can stick around. This is just a short little snippet of kindergarten English language learners, I think pretty early on in the year, with Jennifer Glick's class in Arizona doing switch it from a couple years back.
I have bug. I want to change it to tug. Tug. Where do you gotta go, Mia? Right here? Say, Joaquin, please go sit down. Did you hear? She said that in English. Everybody say, muy bien. Muy bien. She said it in English. I love it. All right. What's this sound? What's this sound? And what's this sound? What's my word? Well, what's my word? Say this sound again. What's this sound? T. What's this one? And what's this one? So if we put it all together, we have tug. Tug. Yes. I know, Devontae. Please come over here and join us. I need you to help us, and I don't want you to trip over my cord. All right, ready? Let's go from tug to tag. 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 Who do we need? There it is. Now, where do we go? Right here? Let's find out. You step over this way. All right, let's see. What do we got? G. Does that say tag? Uh-oh. Okay, step up here. You come back here. Turn right here, 7. Let's have a look. So look right here, 7. We have ug. What we need is ag. Where do you need to go? You need to go there? Let's find out. Move you this way. All right, stay right here, though. Stay right here. Ready? Tell me my sounds. What's this one? And what's this one? And what's this one? Ta. Ta. Does that sound like tag?
No!
I think 7's just a little confused, but that's okay because we're helping him, huh? You right here? Okay. 7, let's watch. We have good. Hold that letter up here. And what we need is tag. Oh, where do you need to go? I think so. Let's see. Put you right here. Everybody say, nice job, Jenna.
Nice job, Jeanette!
Now let's see if 7 got it right. What's this sound? Everybody, what is it? And this one? And this one? What does that say? Tag. Does that say tag?
Yeah!
Yes. Wow. Oh. All right. I have.
Did you catch all of the great pedagogy there from Jennifer? Besides it being fun and the kids are like on fire, the whole class, you can hear them. No one's sitting around, tuning out. But she is just textbook with the feedback, right? That was one of our teaching points this week. This is what you have. You have ta, but we need tag. That works, and that's like giving them the aha that they needed. And Heidi loves it, and Elaine says it was awesome. Yeah, every parent whose child has Jennifer as their teacher is beyond fortunate. As a retired principal, I admire all of you working so hard to help kids learn to read. What a dream staff you'd be. Awesome. Greg, if you've got the winner, we can drop that. And then Jennifer Cornell asked a good question. You kind of strayed a little bit, and you want to get the results for your daughter. I would go back and watch. Well, there's two. You could go back to the main course, either watch or get the podcast and listen while you're doing other things, and start to refresh your memory about what the gist is. And you're working towards that 3-component lesson plan, which we talk about in the intro of the main course. But also we have almost every week we have a live event where one of our Reading Simplified experts and I will be there to answer your question. We can kind of help you get a really tight plan. So I think that would be fun. So actually, let me just show you guys, okay? I'm going to jump into the membership and I'll show you, and I see our winner over there, so I'm going to have to celebrate that too. But this is for Jennifer Cornell and everyone else who is thinking about being a member. If I can get the right screen. There we go. So this is one view that you might see of the membership. And notice right over here, we've got this member events. Can you see that in the middle right? It's on the right side. My cursor's not showing up for you, but it's right here. I'm going to click it. Oh, there's my finger showing up. Okay, good. There's my little cursor finger. I'm clicking it. Now you can see we've got these live events. And if you click into here, it looks like I'm up next for the office hours, and there's the link in here. So that's how you can get help from us. But notice we've got Lindsay Hang, our community manager, is hosting a welcome party for new members. And then Jennifer Nowicki and Terry Jensen, our Reading Simplified experts, are hosting office hours, Ask a Reading Coach together. And then Lindsay Hang is also hosting another one. So you have lots of different days and times in which you can come meet with us one-on-one so that you don't have to feel like you're on your own, because you're not. Plus, don't forget there's the discussion board, which we call the Teacher's Lounge. As Jennifer, who runs the Teacher's Lounge, we are there 5 days a week. Okay, Heidi. And Heidi's been very faithful with the commenting, so she deserves to win a prize. Let me find my little Tiny Decisions. Well, Tiny Decisions is asking me to do some funky things. It's not what Tiny Decisions are supposed to look like. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to get out of that app and get back in. Deb says, the office hours are so great. She works for Reading Simplified, but she still learns something. Yeah, we can all learn from one another. It's an endless, there's always something more that we can add. Okay, Heidi, here we go. This is for you. Ooh, little fun Starbucks gift card. We can send it to you via email. Check your Facebook Messenger so Greg can reach out to you. Constance, I'm so glad to hear that. Lovely, lovely. All right, we should call it a night. It's your weekend. Congratulations on your weekend. Well done. You committed to this. You've made a difference with your students. You've learned a lot from this event, and you're going to continue the momentum, right? That is the goal. We would love to support you inside the Reading Simplified Academy. Greg, you can drop the link one more time. But regardless, keep watch for how you can continue to save yourself time and accelerate your students by kind of dumping some instructional baggage and opting for more efficient activities like we do here at Reading Simplified. Switch It is one of the easiest and most fun to learn, but it's just the tip of the iceberg, all right? So I will be back on Sunday night, same times, same bat channel, same bat, what's that bat one? Same bat channel, same bat place. To reveal our grand prize winner and to give you a tour, a little more thorough tour of the Reading Simplified Academy if you're considering it. Here's to making great readers.